Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, #Sab. This is officially episode 3 of Makeup and Motivation. Thank you guys so much for your love on previous videos. I know it's a little bit different than what you guys expect from me, or honestly even what I built this channel on, which was literally my weight loss journey. But in that journey to losing weight, I've realized that, you know, there's so much more that comes with just losing weight. You go through kind of this mental journey, and so along the way I've crossed a lot of these topics, and I am constantly kind of trying to better myself as a person while losing weight, which I don't think a lot of people normally do that if you're doing it the right way to begin with. So for me, I've mentioned this before in videos actually a long time ago, but in this time with my weight loss journey, it's so much more to me than just losing weight. And previous times I wanted to get skinny so I looked cute in clothes, and now it's just about me and being healthier and living longer and being the best person that I can be. And because that has shifted, I am just growing as a person overall. And before, I would like beat myself up all the time, and I had a lot of self-hate talk and things like that. So I apologize in advance if I sweat to death in this video, because I had to turn off all things cooling because my audio would just be awful if I didn't do that. So yeah. Anyways, with that being said, if you guys have any questions or topics that you'd like me to discuss, feel free to leave them below. You don't have to, obviously, but if not, I'll just keep going with what I've got going on. So this week's video is going to be primarily focused on insecurities, my old insecurities versus my new insecurities, and how I kind of overcame some of the insecurities that I used to have. So I've just said insecurities like 80 some times in the past 2 seconds. Great. Off to a wonderful start. Alright, so per usual, I moisturized my face already. We're just gonna get right on into it. So I kind of tried to make a list, and I will be honest with you guys. Hold on, 2.8. Okay, I just have to talk to my beauty blender. Look at this right now. So I made the mistake, I don't even know where it's at, but I purchased a new beauty blender before my trip, and I didn't realize it was like the wrong one. So I love the Real Techniques beauty blender, because to be honest, in my opinion, it's not very much different than the main beauty blender, and it's like literally a quarter of the price, no joke. So I went to go pick up another one because this one is severely beat up. Okay, so I got this pink and orange one because, oh, it has hair. Because on the package, it basically stated as though it was like a regular one, just a different colors, though I saw it just was like a full coverage beauty blender. I'll see if I can find the packaging and put it on the screen. So I thought it was going to be the same thing as this. This is obviously huge because I've wet it, just pink and orange, and I thought, oh, that's cute, like way different. Okay, no, this literally does not expand unless I got a defective one. This does not expand at all when it's wet, so nah, bro. This, on the other hand, although I do wash them often, kind of started getting like hard on just the part that I use for my foundation, so I just like cut it off. Has anybody else done that? Am I the only one? Okay. Well, this is what we're working with for now until we can get to the store and get a new one. So I'm not a very scripted person, but I did decide to go through kind of my thought on the whole insecurity thing. I really wanted to dive deep into things that, let me take my nose ring out. I really wanted to talk about, you know, ways that I've changed and ways that I've grown, because I think things that used to be severe insecurities for me are something that is no longer, and I think that's a huge accomplishment. And I think that, you know, I think that there's just a lot to be proud of when you overcome something that caused you so much pain in your life. And I mean, I know that every single person can relate to this, because there's not one person out there that doesn't have insecurities. And the unfortunate thing with insecurities is that I'm doing like a super light coat of foundation, because I just realized I use so much freaking powder when I use foundation that it's like, why am I loading so much foundation on my face? I don't know. Insecurities are something that drag us down, and it doesn't matter how confident of a person you are, you're still gonna have that one thing, if not multiple things, that drag you down, that keep you feeling sorry for yourself or guilty or sad or unhappy. Whatever it is that the feeling is that you get from your insecurities, they're out there and they're gonna make you feel that way. So for me, one of my biggest insecurities, and I recently shared this, I will show a picture of my post, but one of my, okay, let's just hold the door here. I'm doing a challenge on Instagram, a self-love challenge. No, there's 30 topics in total. Each day there's a different topic to challenge challenge yourself to think outside the box. It's a great way to create content if you're somebody who's trying to post every single day, but it's also a great way for you to think outside the box about yourself and something personal. So I personally created it myself. It's not a copy and paste. It's not something I took from somebody else. And for every day that you enter, that's an entry into winning a $100 gift card from Lush Cosmetics. So if you're not joined in on that challenge, I highly suggest that you start now. Even for one day, that's one entry and you could win. The more days that you participate in, the more chances you have to win. Now back to the makeup. So with that being said, on day one, the challenge was I think it was your biggest insecurity. No, it was your best feature. That's what it was. I turned my biggest insecurity into my best feature. And my thought process was that what used to be my biggest insecurity was my smile, because I have crooked teeth. And the other thing that kind of ties in with that, you guys, is that could I afford braces? Yes. You know, I can afford all of the cosmetic procedures I need to be able to fix that insecurity of mine. However, I am also like literally so terrified of the dentist. Like I have, oh my gosh, this is for a whole nother story time video, but I have a million fillings, the silver fillings that you used to get, you know, back in the 80s, and they only last 10 years and I've had them for like 25 years. And a few of them have expanded. My teeth have cracked in the back. I've had to go in and get crowns, replace them because I never got them to the point of just refilling the filling. And I've had the worst experience ever at the dentist. And so I'm like terrified to go in and get anything done on my teeth, and it makes it so difficult for me to chew. Like it's just awful, guys. Like it is. And I take care of my teeth. I mean, there's been a lot of people that have commented on like, how are your teeth so white? Or like, you know, I floss my teeth, I brush my teeth, I do all of the things. I just, unfortunately, I have really weak teeth, and I think that comes from my mom. My mom freaking had dentures at the age of 23. So literally all of her teeth fell out, and that sucks. I mean, she didn't brush her teeth, but still, like her teeth were so weak that like they disintegrated, which is awful. Anyways, one of my biggest insecurities were my teeth and my smile. And as a kid growing up, like I was definitely made fun of for having crooked teeth. I think kids can just be so freaking mean. And now, as much as I wish I had the courage to go to the dentist, and I definitely am looking into a solution of potentially being put under. My last filling that cracked, I was put under and I just had the tooth pulled because I was too afraid to have a root canal. I just couldn't even fathom. Like I literally went into the dentist office to have my x-rays taken just because I had such bad tooth pain from that tooth that was cracked, and I literally had a freaking meltdown. I freaked out. I started bawling my eyes out. Like it was just awful. So when I found out I had to potentially have a root canal in that tooth, I just literally couldn't even, and my dentist was like, listen, you have such severe anxiety when it comes to, we gotta put you under. And I was like, done deal. So I went in there, I was put under, and the tooth was pulled, which isn't ideal. That's not an ideal situation. You do not want to have your teeth pulled because then that creates a gap, which spreads your teeth out. Luckily for me, I have crowding in my mouth, so the teeth spreading out is probably a great thing. Anyways, we're like 25 minutes into this video and I'm barely on my first topic. So with that being said, I used to be very insecure about my smile, and I'm not anymore. And I don't even know why. I think it's because so many people over time have told me, I love your laugh, you make me laugh. A big part of my personality and my relatability is being able to make people smile. And I touched on it in the last video, but I've always been kind of the class clown. I've always been silly. I've always just been, that is just what's consumed my personality. And a lot of everything that comes with that is my smile. So over the years, I've kind of gotten over it. I used to have a good side. So like this is my bad side because I have an indent here. And this used to be my good side because you couldn't really tell that I had crooked teeth. Isn't that weird? Now I don't give a shit what side I'm on, really. When I'm taking photos, that is. That's what I'm talking about, photos. So yeah, over the years, I just learned to embrace my smile, and I wish it was better. But the bottom line is, like, I think your insides are really what make you who you are. And if you are confident on the inside, you are going to look and feel amazing on the outside. And that is just something that in the past year for me has changed a ton. I don't feel perfect. I don't feel like I'm the most amazing, but I feel like I am the prettiest I've ever looked because I'm the happiest I've ever been, if that makes sense. So that is an old to a new. New insecurity. We're gonna drink to that one. By the way, I'm having, I have like not dipped into my weeklies at all, surprisingly, and I told you guys in my last video that I literally want to dip into all my weeklies, so I decided to end this day because I've had 5 points today. I'm having some Malibu and Diet Coke. You know who you are. One of my good friends turned me on to that. I'm not gonna say her name, but I love you, boo, because you know, this is for you. A recent insecurity, and it's like a devastating insecurity of mine, is literally my freaking hair. Okay, I feel like this was my best hair year ever. I've never felt more gorgeous with the hair that I've had in my life. Like, I loved being blonde. I loved, like, just, my hair was healthy for a long time. It was cute. I was styling it. My husband bought me a blow dryer that was like amazing. And now it's just awful. And it feels like I'm thinning and I'm bald. I shared this with you guys in a previous video that I just feel like it's literally the worst hair in history. Like, I just can't even with it right now. I'm working with it. Like, I'm slowly, you know, over time getting over it and realizing that there's not a whole lot I can do. But your girl is literally nonstop on freaking Amazon right now trying to look for a wig, because I just feel like a wig would be super helpful with me feeling like I had cute hair and, you know, not having to worry about it being this thinning situation that we're in right now, which is freaking god awful. So I'm just hoping to kind of get over that, because, you know, as I mentioned before, you know, when you have a bad hair day, I'm having like a bad hair year, literally. So I'm not really sure how to get over that, but I'm just trying to get up in the morning, take a shower, do my makeup, do my hair, so that, you know, I feel like I'm put together, because when I feel like I'm put together, it's less of an issue. It's when I'm like scrubbing it and it looks like freaking Lionel Richie that I feel stressed and embarrassed. Another old insecurity of mine, speaking of like not being put together, is not having any makeup on. That used to be literally, oh my god, I felt like I was so ugly without makeup. And, you know, I still think that, you know, I obviously don't look the best, but I think that I've learned to love myself so much more that when I don't have makeup on, it doesn't give me anxiety like it did before. And I've had many moments where I feel really pretty without makeup or with very minimal makeup on. I think that's another big issue with my hair, is that when my hair was blonde, I didn't have to wear really heavy makeup. I could put on a little bit of bronzer, some lip gloss, some brow, and like I looked poppin' with my false eyelashes on, you know what I'm saying? Whereas when I have this darker hair, I feel a weird obligation to like put heavier makeup on, and that's kind of sucks, but it's okay. I still feel like I feel way more confident with no makeup on than I ever did before, and it used to be like my biggest insecurity. I wouldn't even go to the store, y'all, without makeup on. Like, I literally didn't want anyone to see me. I was so stressed out about it. Like, it literally gave me anxiety, so I'm so glad that I don't have that anxiety anymore. Oh, and a big one, I touched on this one a little bit in my last video as well. Another big one for me is perception. Sorry, it's a little bit hard to talk and put your lipstick on at the same time. But perception used to be a big one for me, and it still is. This would definitely say an insecurity that I'm in the process of getting rid of. Like, I really want it gone, but you know, unfortunately, like, it's just not one. I think it's something that I will continue to work on for the rest of my life, because I care too much about what people think and what their perception is of me. And I think there's been a lot of things in my life, even in the past like 2 to 3 years, that I think I've lied about to people because I was worried about what they would think to me if I wasn't telling them the truth. And, you know, so much to where I don't even know who those people are or what the lies are. I just know that there's been situations in my life that I've lied about because I felt really insecure about what people would think about me if they knew the truth. And I think that that's just so sad. It's so sad that I put that pressure on myself. And it's also kind of sad, to be honest with you, that those people made me feel that way, you know, because I think it is a two-way street. I think there's a piece that you have that I have ownership over, where I'm like, okay, I don't want these people thinking a certain thing about me. But then there's also those people that aren't like willing and open enough to where you feel confident. Like I mentioned before, I make friends really easily, and people pour their hearts out to me like instantly when I meet them. They literally tell me everything. It's like I literally just, maybe not every single person I meet, but there are so many people that I meet that I don't know if I just give this vibe off or what, which I try to. I try to really give a vibe off of being caring and understanding. But so many people share things with me that I don't think would necessarily share with other people because I have this really trusting factor about myself. And I feel like a lot of people don't give off that vibe. A lot of people don't have that same, I don't know, I just haven't met a lot of people like me that have that same vibe of being relatable and being open and honest and transparent. And the few people that I do feel that way and that are like have created that environment for me are my closest friends now. Like they are people that I have poured my entire heart out to. And the sad thing is even with that being said, I can't necessarily still open up fully to every single person. And then that comes back on me. I think it's just my own insecurities of wanting to share, but perception is just such a hard thing. And I've always taught, like in my retail management and things, I've always taught my teams of people that perception is reality. But I've also realized over time that like people's perception is their own reality. Like how they perceive you is their own perception of life, and you do have to take that into consideration when you're interacting with people or building relationships, because what they perceive is going to be reality, but you also have to think about the bigger picture, which you're not necessarily always going to know how everyone's going to perceive things, I guess. And to constantly worry about everyone's perception, it can be very overwhelming, and it's not necessary. I don't think. I think there's a time and a place for it, and I also think there's a time and a place for you to just be able to be yourself and not worry about what other people think of you or what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, if they're going to pass judgment on you because of something that you're doing or a way that you believe or a way that you act, they're not people that you want in your life, and they're not people that you want supporting you, and that's basically it. And at the end of the day, so for instance, just a very, very small example would be that these videos, these makeup and motivation videos, are something that I was really inspired to do, and they're my least viewed videos on my channel. So every single video that I post aside from these, most of them being weight loss or Weight Watchers or weigh-ins, that is why people have subscribed to this channel. That is why people tune in. Those are searchable, that's searchable content. But these makeup and motivation I won't stop doing because this is for me. I love these videos. It's very therapeutic for me, and if I can help one person out there by listening to me share some of my insecurities or things that I'm working on, then that to me is the biggest reward of all, and that's why I will continue to do this series. So anyways, that is all for today's episode. As usual, I haven't linked any of the makeup below. If you guys really want to know, go ahead and just ask me, because I changed it up so much that it's on the screen when I put it on, and that's work enough for me. If there's something that I missed, of course, you can always ask in the comments below. Your girl will always get back to you 100% of the time. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later on in the week. I should have either on Tuesday or Wednesday my week 19 weigh-in video up, and then potentially a couple what I eat in a day vlogs. So I'm also hoping to soon do a collaboration with one of my friends. We were actually going to do it this weekend. However, because I got so sick, it just didn't work out. So I'm starting to feel massively better, so I'm happy about that. But anyways, yes, please make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video. Make sure that that little bell's on so that you guys are notified as soon as I upload, and I will see you guys in my next video.